Countdown to blast off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-wracking theater. Lord Blood-Rah, good! Welcome.
Oh, my lords and ladies, geeks, geekarellas, geekulas, and geekaritas. I am Lord Blood-Rah, and this is Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-wracking theater. K. Gordon Murray was an American producer who specialized in doing English dubs of foreign films and re-releasing them here in the U.S. Murray brought the Lucha Libre El Santo films to America, featuring the popular masked wrestler battling monsters of all kinds, as well as Mexican cult favorites, the Brainiac and the Robot versus the Aztec Mummy. His biggest success was with the 1959 bizarre Mexican Christmas film Santa Claus, in which Santa battles a devil for the soul of a little girl. We've shown it here in the Nerve-wracking theater for the holidays, and it is joyous insanity. Tonight, we have a gothic vampire film from Mexico, dubbed by K. Gordon Murray, about an evil count that plots to turn the entire Earth into a world of vampires. Tonight, from 1962, it's the atmospheric creepfest, The Bloody Vampire. This is a longer than usual film for us here, so we're going to get right into it. My lords and ladies, here is The Bloody Vampire.
There it is.
And the mandragora?
It's pronounced below the feet, usually. Do you see that? Why, it looks like a carriage from the Capitol.
But you can't hear their hoofs on the road.
Get those animals to travel faster. Our time's running out. The moon's nearly full now.
Whip the horses, for Satan's sake! Did you see that driver? He looked like the Grim Reaper.
He was very pale and bloodless.
The astounding thing is that you couldn't hear the carriage of the horses as they went along.
Why, it looks like they didn't touch the ground.
Well, it's really not our business at any rate, and we've got things to do. Look, here's the Mandragora. Now, I've got to dig it up very carefully. I mustn't damage the root. That's the useful part.
That's absolutely right. The root of the Mandragora certainly has marvelous properties, Richard. Using chemicals, you can extract narcotics that cause hallucinations, drugs that tranquilize the soul, drugs that cause hate, and many other things. And clamic acid is all it's lacking.
But that's confusing, sir. Haven't I understood from what you told us that one can only extract the acid from Mandragora roots?
Yes, I did say that. Only this is called dead man's flower, and the product I want is not contained in this species.
All the time I wasted waiting for a hanging. And I never knew there were other kinds of Mandragoras.
There's only one different genus around. And no one in the world knows their location except those in our family.
But I don't, Papa.
At the right time, you'll be told, dear. And you'll be told also. You're becoming my son-in-law soon, and so you should know the whole story. This mystery forms a part of the inheritance handed down by my ancestor, Jose Balsamo, first Count of Cagliostro. And this is why he was sent to spend his last days in a cell belonging to the Inquisition in Rome.
But, Count, that all happened years ago. Nowadays...
It's not at all different. You see, men in all ages and periods tend to fight against progress. Why, listen, do you think that if it weren't dangerous just to talk about it, I'd be explaining all the facts I found out to a small group that happened to have courage? Do you think I'd gather you in my house to begin a meeting shrouded in total secrecy, as if I intended to commit a crime?
In reality, we're fighting against death.
At the risk of our own lives, too. Could they do anything to justice if they caught him inside the cemetery, bent on stealing a corpse for our youth?
They couldn't do a thing, sir, because I'm not going to get caught. Count on me, Your Excellency, to steal all the corpses you need.
Good old faithful justice. You're one that certainly should hate all humanity for the way you've been treated. And you show that you have a heart of gold when you agree to risk your life to correct the monstrous error of certain men who set up prohibitions backed by the hangman's noose against practicing dissection on human cadavers. These people just can't conceive that it's quite possible that we'll learn how to put this research to a practical use, though now it's nothing more than a theory.
Don't let stupidity block your way, Papa. You know that we're all ready to help you.
That's the way I like to hear you speak, Anna, dear. And I expected this since you have Cagliostro blood in your veins. Our goal is to fight for humanity. But many others go into battle to bring death.
You know, I will have to check, but I think this is the first film we've presented here in the Nerve-wracking theater where the grave robbers were the heroes of the movie. It's about time, too. Uh-oh. The dubbing seems to have leaked into my segments. Hello? I'm speaking English here. No need for dubbing. Hello? Hopefully we'll get this fixed. We'll be right back. Do you love horror, science fiction, B-movies, horror hosts, old-time radio, just plain spooky stuff? Then you should sign up at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah. You'll be supporting the production of Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-wracking Theater, presenting the best, worst, and wildest horror films ever made. Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-wracking Auditorium, featuring the best of old-time radio horror. Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour, showing classic 1950s sci-fi shows for Star Cadets of all ages. Plus, you'll get exclusive access to bonus content like Behind the Curtains of the Nerve-wracking Auditorium, a deep dive into radio horror. Lord Blood-Rah's B-movie reviews, a look at a classic low-budget drive-in feature, and much more. Sign up today at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah for the love of horror.
The poet, the figure model who loves to show it.
His suppose he could be physically attracted to her? No, man, he ain't the type. You don't get enough vitamin E.
All these are beat. All these you'll meet in a bucket of blood.
Let us make the scene. Crazy.
Come, enjoy yourself. Where the hilarious enjoy the horrifying. In a bucket of blood.
No, you're gonna shoot me! Don't shoot!
Come to the land of living dreams, where realists dream of the unreal.
Walter, you've done something to me. Something deep down inside of my prana. Oh, Walter, I want to be with you. You're creative.
Beatniks at their bawdiest. The creative urge at its most primitive.
I'm deeply moved, and I shall compose a poem.
Love is art. Art is love. It's the weirdest and the wildest.
I don't want to make statues anymore. I want to get married. To you.
Hello? Hello? Testing, testing. Aha, we're back. As we return to The Bloody Vampire, Count Cagliostro is in need of a rare mandragoras plant and a dead body for some humanitarian reason. Meanwhile,
You've had a pleasant and successful journey, I hope.
Fine journey, Hildegard.
And as always, it was quite rapid. Nothing can travel quite as fast or as silently as she can. It's like riding on a dark shadow.
Are you continuing to drug them?
I can assure you, sir, as on other occasions, the way you ordered me to do it.
Fine. Another thing, I want them to take my trunk up to your room now. And I'll go up later.
Just as you say, Count. When do you suppose that this situation is going to end, sir?
Very soon, Hildegard, very soon.
In a very short time, I'll get over this sickness. And until I do...
Yes, until you do get over it, sir, we are both in danger of being caught. You know just as I do that you can't possibly hide the disappearance of so many young girls forever. Soon they're going to find out.
In the capital, no one knows anything. And I have the Countess under my power. And the others.
For the moment, I don't think anyone here suspects us. Although your daughter Brunhilde is beginning to show increasing concern since her mother hasn't come back yet. And she said so to her grandfather.
I can reassure my daughter. And the Marquise.
The Marquise has me worried, quite frankly. Each night that the moon ends its cycle, the old man sits waiting, thinking that his daughter is going to return.
The Countess won't return for many months. She hasn't left her bed for a long time now.
You'll have to accompany me when I return. I'll need your help.
Just as you say, Count.
We can't be here wasting time. The full moon can't last long. There are things I must do. My sickness could get worse and start to cause trouble. Open your trunk, Genoveva. I order you. Get on your feet. Lie down in that casket. And now you will be in the eternal service of the Frankenhausens. That's what happened to Elena. And Soledad. The others as well. The day will soon arrive when all the men and women on this earth are at last my loyal slaves.
The cadaver of this young girl who died just a few hours ago is so warm that her tissues are still flexible. That will permit me to carry out the experiment that I've been preparing. Once tissues harden, they create an obstacle in this special work. I called you together tonight to demonstrate the way one should operate this marvelous apparatus here, a machine my ancestor invented, making it possible at the right moment to inject the heart, the arteries, and the veins of vampires and their victims with this unique acid. It's the only way we can abolish this blood-curdling infirmity. And stop the danger of contagion also.
Sir, just a minute. Is this vampire madness contagious?
Well, it's certainly strange that you, who has made great progress, would want to ask me such elementary things. No, this is not contagious the way pneumonia is, but it certainly can be transmitted. But it seems to me that you've forgotten to take into account my explanations having to do with this subject. For example, would you tell us all the kinds of vampires that exist and what the differences are?
I know that much at least. There are only two kinds of vampires. Some of them walk around, some remain dormant. The vampires that are most dangerous are the living ones. People catch sickness from them. They live like mortals, looking for victims whom they kill when they feed upon them. Their blood is completely drained out of their bodies, turning them into dead vampires immediately. These dead vampires are waiting. They remain quietly in their caskets and do nothing at all.
Well, I think this is the right moment now. No use waiting. I'm going to begin to reveal more concerning this strange infirmity. I'll make here tonight are a complete set of facts that'll help you to know me. I want you to know things that I consider necessary so that you can understand all that is written down here. There's detailed inscriptions here, since my ancestors have kept a record of research and investigation with respect to vampires. And this is the moment to hand it to my daughter, Anna. You're obligated now to carry out this work in case I die.
But, Papa, you'll be working on this with us for a long time yet.
Don't be pessimistic.
You're off
Yes, friend, nothing will happen to you, sir.
God is the only supreme being. It is true that I possess a method to effect rejuvenation, a thing I inherited from Count Cagliostro. But I possibly could have an accident just as he did many years ago. Tonight I'm going to begin a trip, and all of you here know about it. And you also must know that it will be hazardous. So I think it best that we take this precaution.
Oh, Your Excellency, you're going to be successful.
They must have found out about the body we stole.
No, I don't think so. I left the grave just the way I found it. No one could see that it's been opened.
Go see who it is.
Yes, sir.
You know, the way old Justice was limping there, this may take a while. We'll be right back. Horror. Experience the subtle magic of old-time radio horror every week with Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-wracking Auditorium. Available on YouTube and most podcast providers. Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-wracking Auditorium.
There were no reports about this thing until 1946. What could have happened then to start the stories?
1946? Well, the bikini underwater experiments were set off then. Maybe that started something.
Deep down in the strange, lurid, murky depths of the Pacific are fantastic, horribly grotesque creatures of the sea that challenge man's courage as no earthly creatures can. Science knows some of the answers, but not all. And among science's unknowns is the strange identity of the living monster from the ocean floor.
How did he get out of suit? No man gets through that.
And what happened to him?
Here is the first undersea battle ever photographed between a giant killer shark and a woman, as she searches for a monster even more deadly.
Could absorb a man.
Or a woman.
Bonnie, cast off on the double.
Now back to The Bloody Vampire, where, with any luck, Justice has made it to the front door.
Who dares to knock on the door of a God-fearing house at this hour?
It's me, Justice. Open up. It's an urgent matter.
Lazaro. What's the matter, my friend?
I'm all right, but the mistress has suffered an attack.
What is it that I can do?
You can help me. I can't cure the Countess alone. She's unconscious. It hasn't happened like this before. Help me, won't you? Why, she's pale as death.
The Count told you to come here?
No, Justice. The Count left on a journey. Several days ago.
Are you trying to tell me that Genoveva...
I found out that the servant had gone around 8 o'clock. She left without saying goodbye.
It's all pretty strange, don't you think so?
Who can say? Who can say? All that is none of my business. Will you help me or won't you?
You're a very good friend, and I want to do all I can. But how can I help you?
Well, you often have said that Count Cagliostro is a very famous doctor. I thought that he could...
Go attend your mistress.
Yes. He might listen to you. You've boasted that he's a good man and that he's fair. I swear I'll not forget this, Justice. Would you please do me this little favor?
You see, the master is journeying to the capital, and I don't know when he'll return.
That's really too bad. Sorry I came to bother you.
Just a minute. The family has a friend who's a doctor. He's in the house. Let me speak to him.
Thank you. I was sure you'd find a solution to this, Justice.
Everything's all right. It's a friend of mine who came searching for help. He works as a lackey in another house. Seems that his mistress suffered an attack.
But I can't go over there now.
Yes, sir, I already know that. I lied, saying that you had gone to the capital. I don't know if it was the right thing to do, but
You handled it very well, Justice. Well, we'd better continue now.
Please, just a second, sir. I didn't know if I had done the right thing in telling my friend Lazaro that there was a doctor in the house that might attend to his mistress.
But, Justice...
I beg of you not to scold me, sir. You see, I'm very interested in lending him a hand because, he's the only friend I ever had.
Richard, would you have any objection to going?
None at all, sir. Come with me.
I'm very grateful, sir.
Let us go on talking about the same subject. The first person who had the privilege of finding out the real truth was one of my ancestors, the first Count of Cagliostro, as the result of an incident that was very unfortunate. This grandfather of mine was married 2 times, and his second wife died tragically. She was burned at the stake, together with other victims of a famous vampire who had created havoc in the regions of Thuringia, Silesia, other places inside Germany, and even Austria. This vampire had a curious name, the Vampire of Moonlit Nights, because, you see, he found it preferable to attack on the night of a full moon, and no one found out his real name. But then my ancestor, after those attacks, dedicated his life to finding out the origin of the Vampire of Moonlit Nights, and he made fabulous discoveries, so important that in his will he stipulated the primary obligation of his heirs to keep hunting the vampire until they actually found him, and to exterminate all vampirism. In case the things he wrote here turned out to be true and are put into practice, since they're only theories right now. But now I'll read you the conclusions my ancestor finally arrived at. I found that it is not true that there are hundreds of living vampires surrounding us in this world. When one studies this, he suddenly realizes it all belonged to one single family that adopted the name of Frankenhausen, taken from the place where they first appeared in Germany in the 12th century, because their origin is lost in the dark shadows of time. It's a mistake to think that it's always just one member of the vampire family that is periodically obligated to disappear and return. The one that reappears is really the firstborn son in the family in that generation. The family dictates that the son stay unknown till he reaches a certain age. Then there's a manifestation of vampirism. He alone is the one that inherits the title of Count, and the rest of the family is kept completely free from this terrible sickness.
This state is caused by fear. Did something scare her?
I don't know, Doctor. I came in here because hours had passed since I've been summoned by the Countess, and I saw the poor woman here.
Well, but the other servants, they might know.
No, the other servants never enter these quarters. You see, the Count has prohibited all the others to go beyond the kitchen, excepting us, a couple of personal servants who must attend the Countess's needs. The other is a young girl who waits on her. We're trusted, and so we're permitted the run of the house. And the servant girl left a few days ago, when the Count left on a trip, Doctor.
Well, can you come with me to get the medicine she must take when she revives? There's nothing I can do now.
Yes, Doctor. We'll go to the other house. I'll show you the way out.
What is this man doing here?
You see, the Countess has suffered a strange attack. So I went to get a doctor.
I want to know who he is and just what he is doing.
I am Dr. Richard Picer.
Permit me to present myself, too. Count Siegfried von Frankenhausen. Doctor, I'll ask you to pardon the violence of my faithful servant, Frau Hildegard. She sees to it that the others obey the orders that I extend in my house. And Lazaro knows that absolutely no one, no matter what reason or motive he has,
may enter this house without my permission.
Are you trying to tell me it doesn't matter that the Countess is in danger?
You're exaggerating, Doctor. These short attacks that my wife has are not the least bit serious.
It appears she could suffer heart failure produced by a strong shock or any sudden fright.
Yes, only appearances, Doctor.
I was going now to find a remedy that would calm her down.
Oh, don't bother, Doctor. I repeat, it's nothing serious. She'll get over it soon. I'd like to thank you. But don't you be worried about her, please. Well, good night, sir.
I don't think you'll forget now that you're nothing more than a vulgar lackey who serves the Countess. Fortunately, I'm back in the house once again, to put things in order as the Count likes them.
Please, my dear, try to calm down. You're overly excited.
Don't come nearer. Why are you here?
You know why. I just returned from the haunted hacienda this evening.
Don't come any nearer. Don't you touch me. You'll be very sorry. I told you to get out of my room now. I told you not to enter. Don't you know you're not welcome here?
I came to bring you a little news of Brunhilde.
Did you dare hurt my daughter?
Our daughter, Eugenia. She is well.
What a liar. Who'd believe you?
And your father, the Marquis, is in fine health, too.
They can't be in such good health after not seeing us for so many months. Why not let me go and see them now?
Because your poor family would suffer knowing that you're still not well.
Your sympathy is touching, great man. Only I know you. A Count Frankenhausen who possesses no sentiment at all, and then suddenly tries to be the way mortals are. You're a beast who tries to put on the illusion that he's a saint.
Don't make fun of me, Eugenia. Don't go on offending me, or I'll have no pity on you.
Pity, eh? You talk of pity now? Did you have pity on all my servants here? Girls that you sacrificed, robbing their youth to satiate your awful need?
Shut up. Shut up!
What did you do to Genoveva during the trip you went on? Just as you did to Giulietta, to Soledad, to Elena? Just as you did to the other servant girls?
They'll be at my side to begin to serve the Frankenhausens. And they fed my thirsting body.
Tell me, did you ever stop to think that they might like to feed your soul?
Why do you speak like that? You mustn't say those kind of words in my presence, you hear? Or I might decide to...
Will you stop your threatening? I know perfectly well there's a way to kill you because I know what you are. Why do you have me shut in here? Why is it that I stay locked in this horrible mansion? Because you know that I'll tell the world the truth, that you're a vampire. Ah! You see that I'm too much for you to handle. You know that at this very moment I could drive this stake right through your heart. You realize that I'm not afraid to kill you whenever I happen to feel like it. I haven't destroyed you because you're the father of my daughter. Why do you think I allow you to go on living your bloody existence? Because otherwise she'd be forced to tell the whole world who her father is. But you'd better not put your filthy paws on my Brunhilde. You won't bring her into your ghoulish world, and if you dare to try it, I'll split your filthy heart, do you hear? I'm dying to send you to a vampire's hell. Monster, go back to your ghost!
And I feel sorry for you. Your neurosis has turned into madness. It's clear that your mind is completely destroyed.
Attention, store cadets! This is Captain Paxar of the Interdimensional Peace Force speaking. All star cadets are ordered to report every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Earth Pacific Standard Time to these internet coordinates, where you will be sent on a daring mission through time, space, and alternate dimensions, alongside such classic retro sci-fi heroes as Flash Gordon, Captain Zero, Tom Corbett's Space Cadet, Space Angel, and many others. Again, report to these internet coordinates every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Earth Pacific Standard Time for Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour. And always remember, Star Cadets, keep the peace.
How much Jack you think's in that strong box?
I don't know. There's plenty of Cuban sugar, though.
Here's what happened. The general beat his friend Castro to the Cuban treasury. The strongbox is now on this boat. So are a deported American gangster and his moll. And lurking in the depths is the creature from the haunted sea.
You're a crazy mixed-up kid.
I am perfectly adjusted to my life of crime.
Don't worry, Mary Bell. I'll save you.
It's all right. Be calm, everybody. The boat's insured.
Beware. The creature from the haunted sea.
As we return to The Bloody Vampire, the Countess Frankenhausen, sorry, it's just such a great Jerry Lewis name, you know, is not quite the helpless victim she seemed. And Count Cagliostro continues his clandestine class of forbidden knowledge.
Now this acid here is the only thing which can completely neutralize a certain substance which I have named Vampirina. Now this takes the place of blood in vampires, and it feeds on red corpuscles also. Obviously, they're obligated to find victims because blood is their only diet. And they replace that blood as they drink, injecting Vampirina. Now we'll imagine this is the corpse of the vampire. That is living or dead, it doesn't matter. Her veins, as I said, contain Vampirina. By employing this little apparatus, we'd inject the clemic acid into her, thus neutralizing the Vampirina. Well now, the first thing to do is to put the acid in the little tank. So we'll imagine that this oil is acid. And then the spring starts the little mechanism. Excuse me. After that, we place the steel tube in the vampire's heart. But here in this part of the apparatus is the secret to bringing about the miracle. Because no body reproduces Vampirina once it's been filled with clemic acid.
If dead vampires will stay permanently in their caskets, why is it necessary that they be injected also?
Dead vampires will stay permanently in their caskets, as you say, as long as the vampire that converted them is alive. But when he dies, with a stake driven into his heart, or he is burned and reduced to ashes, so far there's no other way that they can be killed. The vampires, driven by the action of Vampirina, leave their tombs in to go in search of victims, who in turn create still more victims. Let's say that their terrible progress isn't detained, and we were lucky during the last centuries, since their numbers didn't grow. They'd convert all humanity, and in that case, dead vampires would smother the world.
But that's a terrifying thought.
It is, my dear. Now I suppose you'll understand that my ancestors' theory is still very important. And you, Richard, I certainly hope I gave you a satisfactory answer about contagion.
Completely, sir. But how do you plan to get this clemic acid? There's none around.
I think I can show you a contradiction. According to this here, there is clemic acid only in the mandragora. But this genus of mandragora is black, and it is quite rare. I mean by this that the flowers and the roots are exactly that color. The other is white and can be found anywhere. And the most important thing concerning this is that the black genus only grows in lands that are close to vampires.
Your pay. You know there's more. You'll get that when you deliver. Same as always.
Don't worry about the delivery. You can tell the German lady.
Well, you'd better hurry, because it seems that this time they're more anxious to get one.
Good morning, Lazaro. You too.
Good morning, Pancho. Want to drink the same thing?
Yes, I guess so.
You're pretty happy today, aren't you?
Why, yes, everything's fine. Not much to do in the house, because the Count left. How did it go last night with the doctor?
Fine. Fine.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing. Bye, Pancho.
Lazaro. Why do you suppose he ran out like that?
Well, I guess you're lucky, because I think something bothers him.
Yes, his face shows it all. Seems to me only a coward tolerates a beating.
Lots of men don't share the same opinion, and you're not perfect, friend. And life has mysteries, you know.
Yes, they surround Lazaro in that house. There are lots there, Lupe.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on now, are you saying that you don't know what the townspeople are rumoring? They say that in that house are terrible and mysterious things. That no one in the village dares to walk by the front door. When someone has to go by it, he blesses himself.
It's none of my business, and I know nothing.
Oh, no? You haven't heard what they do to all the servant girls there?
The only thing I know is that they pay me for finding hard-working servants. Why, look, I got this money from Lazaro right now because they want a new servant for the Countess. And besides, later I'll get more, too.
But don't you think about all the poor girls that disappeared there?
I don't have any trouble getting them. They only take girls who don't have parents and who are unknown here. Just orphans, that's all.
It looks like they have the whole thing well worked out.
I know my place here, and I don't like to be nosy. And who cares?
I was frightened, dear.
You mean I scare you?
No, you don't. But I was reading the thing set down by my great-grandfather about the vampires and their families.
To what family are you referring?
You've forgotten, dear. You heard Papa tell us all last night.
No, I don't recall.
Oh, yes. He told us about it when you went to see that sick woman.
That must have been when we went out to talk to Lazaro, because I don't remember either.
Last night he told us they were German counts. But look at their coat of arms. It's so strange.
It's not only strange, it's terrifying.
That represents the presence of death that shrouds all. The firstborn sons in each generation of the Counts Frankenhausen.
Frankenhausen?
Frankenhausen?
Yes, Frankenhausen. That surprises you?
That's the name of the master of my friend Lazaro.
It's not possible.
That's right, Pancho. I saw the Count last night, but I don't think it's the same family. I saw no shield like the one she described just now. There's others. The Count is affable.
Affable? Lazarus' face was telling another story this morning.
But he's probably a normal man.
He's not so normal. Inside that house are lots of strange and mysterious things. Why don't you ask around the neighborhood? This morning I found out they're trying to get another servant for the Countess. Another thing, no one dares go near that mansion.
You mean to say you knew this all along? And you didn't tell Papa that near this very estate there's a Count Frankenhausen?
Your papa didn't speak about it, so I didn't know a thing.
And you're not aware that we have one goal? To go on working and track down the Count that uses that name?
I must admit I don't know about it.
Well, then forget it. Then it's all over and done with now. It's most urgent that we investigate to see if Count Frankenhausen really is a vampire.
If we could have the facts waiting here for Papa, he'd certainly congratulate us on our work.
Well, I'm ready to do anything you ask.
Then we'll begin at the beginning and learn if his coat of arms is the same type.
Well, I'll ask Lazaro.
No. I think we should use caution. If he suspects he'll disappear, I'm quite sure. There must be another way, though. Why, certainly I'll go say that I'm worried about how the Countess is getting along.
No, just a minute. I'm not well known in this neighborhood because I spent so many months studying in the capital. Out here to most people, I'm a stranger because they were never told that the Count had a daughter. I have an excellent idea.
Her face and figure reveal that she's no servant girl. She's high-born, that's why. Parents?
They died several years ago.
My name is Hildegard. The servants I employ must call me Frau. That's the usual custom.
Yes, Frau.
You have answer, Uncle.
No, Frau.
Frau, permit me to tell you something else. Yes, of course. Just a moment, child.
Except the girl. She's what you wanted, I can see that, and I can guarantee her. She was suggested by a friend, and he's a man I can confide in. Anyway, it's going to be difficult to find another one, because no other girls are willing to work in this house.
Very well, I'll accept her.
I forgot to say, well, this one will cost more than the others did. Why, just a moment ago you said that she's not like most servant girls.
Well, you can stay. And we'd better understand each other right now. You're to get rid of that cross you're wearing. I don't like those things in this house, so I must forbid it, child.
Yes, Frau.
What's your name?
Anna Sanchez, your humble servant.
Anna, you are to serve the Countess and only her. Lazaro's not here. You told him quite clearly that the Countess demanded his presence?
Yes, I did, Countess.
That's Lazaro. Let him in.
Why so surprised, young lady?
Pardon me, I didn't expect to see...
Why are you here?
To take a look at the new servant we hired. Frau Hildegard has praised her so that I felt a little curious. She called her a rare jewel, but she understated the truth.
Thank you, sir. You are the Count?
Yes. Yes, child, Count Frankenhausen.
Am I allowed to enter, Countess?
Come in, Lazaro. You arrived at a most opportune moment.
Good morning, Lazaro. You too.
Good morning, Pancho.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing. Bye, Pancho.
As I said, this film is obviously dubbed in English, which would seem to explain why the character Justice was suddenly referred to as Pancho in that scene. The actor who played Justice was named Pancho Cordova, and the only thing I can think is that somehow the actor's name got substituted for the character name and nobody caught it. Not the voice actors, not the voice director, nobody. But we did.
From the depths of hell comes The Devil's Messenger, starring the master of mystery Lon Chaney and Karen Cannon.
To leave my message, you'd have to go back. Up there.
Oh, I can't. I won't go back.
You deliver that to a Mr. Donald Powell. Don't be afraid of me.
The Devil's Messenger delivers gifts from hell, turning man into a ravaging beast.
I took a picture of that old farmhouse. There's nobody in the picture. You saw it. Was there anybody in it?
No, there wasn't.
Somebody has come out of that house, and they're coming toward me.
Back from the dead, his lovely victim seeks revenge for her horrible death at the hands of a man driven mad by a gift from hell, trapped in her icy tomb until the Devil's Messenger exposed her nakedness in her crystal prison.
Now let's get down to here.
She becomes the object of a scientist's lust. His consuming desire for her drives him to commit murder to keep her for himself. Not since Eve received the apple have gifts inflicted such unnatural consequences.
Tonight at midnight, you will be dead.
Just how do you intend to kill me?
I've no idea. I don't even know you.
Crystal ball foreshadows doom, for it is the plaything of the devil, and only he can change the events it foresees. You must see what the Devil's Messenger has in store for you.
I'd like to speak to you two in private, so come here. Only lock the door. Please tell me why you stayed away for days.
Because I didn't feel well.
You're aware that I can't stand being around that snooping traitor, Frau Hildegard, and those that are working for the Count. When I depend on you, you stay away.
But I couldn't come. I felt bad.
Please don't lie. I sent for you, but you failed to appear. What is the matter? Who hurt you like that, Lazaro?
The Count did it.
But why did he?
Because the night that you were feeling ill, Your Excellency, I called a doctor. When I accompanied him to get some medicine, the Count got here and gave me this only for having permitted a stranger to enter the house to attend you.
I knew nothing about the doctor's visit, Lazaro.
No, I'm afraid you were still unconscious when I brought the doctor. After that, the Count said that he couldn't return to the house, even though the doctor insisted that you were weak.
That man is a beast.
I beg of you, Your Excellency, don't say anything to the Count. I'd be punished again for telling you, and I'd be seriously hurt.
Please don't worry, Lazaro. I'll work out something to help you. And now you may go, Lazaro.
May Her Excellency have a restful night.
Thank you very much. You may go to bed also. Take the key and lock the door from the outside so that you can get in whenever I need you. I have a duplicate key. And this door should never be left unlocked. You must not forget that.
Yes, Your Excellency.
I suggest that you do the same thing in your room.
I'll do exactly as you say. And now good night, Your Excellency.
Good night, Anna.
Don't be frightened. I have to speak to you.
I was startled.
Shh. Lower your voice, please. The walls have ears in this old house, and they're such monsters they tear me to pieces for talking to you.
Oh, who could be so cruel?
The Count or the Frau. You can't imagine how heartless those two are.
I'm only a newcomer here. That's why I can't judge.
Why do you think I waited for the Countess to tell you that she wasn't going to need you anymore tonight? Because I must warn you.
A warning? Go on.
No, please, I can't say any more. But you should do as I say. Don't have faith in anyone but the Countess, do you understand, Anna? They don't let her leave her own house.
That's not possible.
Don't doubt me. It's the truth, so believe what I say. You committed an error in coming into this household. I mean it.
Anna has given me a magnificent idea. It's most essential that we call the doctor who came to see me the other night so that he can give me medicine to combat this weakness.
But, Your Excellency, do you realize the tremendous risk? They'll discover that I'm absent, and anything could happen.
I'll be running the risk alone, because you see, I'm going. Lazaro, you're going to tell me just where to find the doctor, that's all.
But they're going to find out. I know it.
Not if we wait a while. I know that the Frau is about to start on another secret journey, as she frequently does. So I want you alert to warn me.
I will do exactly as Her Excellency has ordered.
As far as the Count's concerned, I won't worry about him. He sleeps during the day. He only gets up at nightfall, and he's back inside his room just as soon as the sun's rays begin to show.
Shall I put up your hair now, Countess? Or should I wait until later?
It seems very shiny.
I think you're right. I prefer to show you, only there are no mirrors.
All those things are prohibited in my house. The last sleeping potion you prepared didn't leave me completely satisfied. They awoke before they should.
Right now I'm preparing a new potion, and you'll see it's going to be stronger. It's white hellebore root. You wait. When they eat this herb, they'll be sleeping all year long. And I'll mix in other things, too. They won't want to get up for 100 years. But the only thing is that this is going to cost you more.
The important thing is that it works. Count Frankenhausen pays well to get the things he wants.
Before accepting, I want you to think it over quite well, Doctor. You must realize that the fact that you are willing to be my ally is going to expose you to terrible danger.
Medicine is a roadblock by many difficulties. Sometimes they're so serious that the doctor forfeits his own life.
I'm glad to see that besides being a gentleman, you're courageous.
You're very flattering, Your Excellency. Allow me to say once more that you can count on me. I don't know how to go about it. Remember, Count Frankenhausen threw me out of the house once, but I'll do it.
We'll find some way, I'm sure. Let me think about it. As soon as I'm able to come to a decision, I'll send my servant Anna to tell you. Although she's been with me a very short time, she's just as loyal and dependable as you are.
Your Excellency. Hurry, it's Frau Hildegard.
We mustn't get excited. Sit down again and don't worry, Doctor. Anna, you go right to my room and wait for me there. Lazaro, open the door and let her pass. How are you, Hildegard? I have a visitor.
It's quite obvious.
The doctor came to ask about how I was getting along. It certainly is nice to realize that there are some people around that worry about one's health, is it not?
I was glad to find that you're in perfect health, Your Excellency.
And I must say I really was astounded to see that the Countess had decided to abandon her quarters and come downstairs. I fear that in this cold air she could get much worse now.
I'm so pleased that you're concerned about me, Hildegard.
You're quite mistaken to think that, Your Excellency. My concern is only for Count Frankenhausen. And I'll confess that I'm surprised to see who your visitor is, the worthy young doctor. Since I was quite sure that you had understood the master's words. The other night, just as you had made his acquaintance. He asked you not to return without getting his permission since he rules this household.
That's enough insolence, Hildegard. You are also to obey my orders, and it's about time you learned just how much power I do possess. I hope that you'll do me the great favor of coming to dinner this evening.
No, you can't do that.
No? Why can't I do that, Hildegard?
Well, because the Count doesn't like any strangers in the house.
Well, I'm sorry. Will you come, Doctor?
I certainly will, Your Excellency.
At 8 o'clock sharp, then.
I'll be here exactly at 8.
Lazaro, accompany the doctor.
Your servant, Your Excellency.
You're doomed!
In this lonely house, a fanatic scientist defies the laws of nature and unleashes a creature that holds a whole village in cold terror.
Can you imagine the excitement when the scientific world learns that a cold-blooded child was born alive? Millions of cold-blooded children are born alive. Serpent children.
The bite of a king cobra? Some of the victims of the curse were found alive, and they claimed they'd been attacked not by a poisonous snake, but by a beautiful girl.
In the twilight world between witchcraft and science, a young detective meets a beautiful girl. But can he see behind her lovely eyes the snake-cold stare of murder?
Well, hello. All alone? Out here at night? Aren't you nervous?
Nervous?
After all the stories I'd heard in the village, I was afraid everybody in Bellingham locked their doors from the inside at sundown.
I'm not nervous.
What are you doing here?
Waiting for you.
I also have a degree in natural sciences, and I follow the teachings of the Dutch doctor, Armand Borger. His theory is really quite simple. A doctor should be a servant of nature, using all the natural remedies at hand when he practices medicine.
I think that theory is very praiseworthy, Doctor.
Of course, it's the method I always follow, and all other realists for that matter. Mother Nature is extremely wise, and because of that, she always ends up being right.
I hope, Doctor, that I'll be submitted to a treatment that embraces such sensible ideas.
That's the only type I use, and I trust that the Count isn't going to object to it.
No, not at all. I only want you to do the best you can for my dear wife.
I know that the doctor can combat this sickness.
May we find comfort in Mother Nature's hands.
Shall I serve the coffee now, Your Excellency? No. Tonight we'll have it in the drawing room.
You heard her, did you not, Hildegard?
I want Anna to come down to serve it.
Just as the Countess wishes.
Are you feeling badly, Your Excellency?
No, it's nothing. I just feel tired and very, very sleepy. If you'll permit me, Doctor, I must retire.
I advise you to do so, Your Excellency.
You'd better get your rest.
It's been a drain on your strength to leave your room tonight, and you're exhausted.
I hope you'll visit me very soon, Doctor.
You can count on that, Your Excellency.
Good night now. Anna, will you please come along with me? I think that I'm going to fall asleep before I can get into bed.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Is something ailing the Countess tonight?
It's nothing, Doctor. You just heard her. She needs sleep, obviously.
Who knows? I don't think you should forget the coffee, since I understand that coffee produces effects that are quite strange.
Yes, but it certainly doesn't tranquilize you. And the men that take caravans over the great deserts find that it's quite easy to stay awake stimulated by coffee.
I understand, but I'm still worried about the Countess' health, Your Excellency.
You do well to worry about her. Not physically, because I'm sure you find that her body is strong. Only there's another thing we must consider. She's sick here. In her mind, sir.
In her mind?
Yes, Doctor. We must accept that she's confused, completely deranged.
But you're mistaken.
I hate to say it, but I know more about this than you do. I consider her to be dangerous. That's why I locked her in this mansion. She's really my prisoner, and I'll not deny it. Were I to let her get near her father and our daughter Brunhilde, well, that might be disastrous, and I can't worry about it.
Does she show any single obsession, then?
There are several. She's convinced she's sick, yet she's well. But the principal idea she has is that I hate her so much I plan to murder her. For that reason, you shouldn't pay any attention to her. Now that she's gone, I can say it.
If Your Excellency considers that is the best thing to do, I'll agree.
Thank you, Doctor.
Pardon me, sir. I'd like to ask you a question.
Go right ahead, Doctor.
I'm just curious. Your Excellency is a count, and your crown is a marquise.
Are you referring to this shield?
But there are more in the house.
This house used to belong to my wife's parents, and later they turned it over to me. These coats of arms here will be handed down to Eugenia when her father dies.
I'm not adroit at finding a title by its shield, although I am interested in heraldry. It's a shame, but my finances haven't allowed me to acquire all the books and parchments I want to study.
I see, but you don't have to worry about that, Doctor. In that library there is a magnificent collection of all that is known about heraldry. And you are quite welcome to use it, too.
How will I ever thank you enough? You're a perfect host, sir.
By returning to study my books whenever you desire to, as if this were your own home.
I'll consider it a great honor to return. And now, if you permit me, Your Excellency, I think I should be going. It's getting very late.
I repeat, this is your house, Doctor.
You rang, Your Excellency?
The doctor is leaving.
Sir, if I were you, I think I'd mistrust this doctor who thinks he's a genius.
It's better to see your enemy near you. That way you know his plans. Are you a doctor?
Doctor? Why, sir?
You were feeling her pulse just a second ago, Anna.
But to do that, you don't have to study medicine. Anyone can do it. How did you get in, sir?
By opening the door.
That can't be true. I just locked it a minute ago.
But you're mistaken, Anna. Obviously you forgot to. It's not important now.
Well, I'm not so sure. The Countess ordered that I lock it when I entered.
I'll make you the Countess whenever you like, and I told you so.
Let go of me.
When I have someone a question, I usually expect it to be answered directly. Only you go on refusing despite the fact that I've asked you several times. Now say that we'll be married.
Let go of me or I'll awaken the Countess and tell her.
Don't worry about her. She can't awaken now.
Let go of me.
You said it was locked a moment ago, my dear. I don't know why I tolerate your stupidity.
You may go to your quarters now, Anna.
I'm sorry, but the Countess, before she retired, asked me to stay by her side all night long.
But I told you to go, and I want you to do so.
I don't take orders around here from anybody but the Countess.
Why, you insolent little idiot, I'll tear you to...
I'm not the one that's leaving. You see, Her Excellency told me that Count Frankenhausen and you were not to enter her room. Get out.
I'll call you to account, you brat. Filthy little...
Here it is. I found it at last.
Are you quite sure about it, Doctor?
Certainly. Listen. The coat of arms and the shield of the noble house of Guzman de la Selva. Marquise of the same title.
I thought it was false to replace the Frankenhausen shield.
Well, you've seen that the Count wasn't lying then. It's authentic.
In spite of that, sir, aren't you afraid that Anna might be in great danger?
If I were the least bit afraid, I'd certainly tell her to leave Frankenhausen.
But listen, Doctor, you just told me that,
Yes, I know. There are many suspicious things I observed there. There are no mirrors, and vampires hate all mirrors because they cast no reflection at all. They only go out at night, this I know. And vampires can't stand daylight because they're penetrated by the sun and cast no shadow. And there are other details, too. But this all could be just a coincidence, you know.
You mean like having the title of Count Frankenhausen?
That's right. Possibly there's another title like this, one granted by His Holiness the Pope. These titles are called pontifical. They're not the noble titles described by the author Jose Balsamo. But until that coat of arms turns up, I don't know.
You present a convincing case, I'll say that.
Now, you don't know this Count Frankenhausen, but I met the man personally. I'd say he's most kind. To be frank, his wife is a very odd person. She lost her mind, so he worries. I don't think he's a vampire.
Now, let's see. No mirrors in the house. He's only up at night. He's keeping his wife prisoner. And his name is Count Frankenhausen. Yeah, it could all be a coincidence. Or he could be an idiot. Do you love horror, science fiction, B-movies, horror hosts, old-time radio, just plain spooky stuff? Then you should sign up at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah. You'll be supporting the production of Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-wracking Theater, presenting the best, worst, and wildest horror films ever made. Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-wracking Auditorium, featuring the best of old-time radio horror. Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour, showing classic 1950s sci-fi shows for Star Cadets of all ages. Plus, you'll get exclusive access to bonus content like Behind the Curtains of the Nerve-wracking Auditorium, a deep dive into radio horror. Lord Blood-Rah's B-movie reviews, a look at a classic low-budget drive-in feature, and much more. Sign up today at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah for the love of horror.
Coming to this theater soon, The Beast of Yucca Flats. Filmed on the burning hot sands by Yucca Flats. See terror, panic, murder. See the Cardoza and Francis production of The Beast of Yucca Flats. See a man turn killer. See a woman ravaged. See one of the most exciting movies ever made. See The Beast of Yucca Flats. A killer on the loose. Death sweeps across the desert. Panic. A bloodthirsty killer stalks a moonlit desert. See The Beast of Yucca Flats.
Now back to The Bloody Vampire, where Richard has expressed his doubts that Count Frankenhausen is the vampire they're looking for, just as the Count retires for a good day's rest.
You make me tired talking, and I don't care to talk about it. Now, are you going to take him the message, or aren't you?
Yes, Lazaro. Think I don't want to? You know that I feel as you do, and the doctor is joining the family very soon.
Well, you know what to tell the doctor, don't you?
Certainly, certainly. She wants him to go to the house to visit her. No, I'm paying.
Well, I'll see you later, and thank you.
No, Lazaro. Why are you so unfriendly?
What's gotten you so worked up?
The safety of your mistress.
The safety? Are you playing games?
You see, the safety of Miss Anna is my first concern.
She has nothing to do with the Countess. So why are you talking like this?
She has plenty to do with the Countess. A favor for a favor. If you answer all the questions I'm going to ask you, I'll tell you the relationship that Miss Anna has with your own mistress. I can assure you it's important.
It's a deal. Now get to the point, will you?
Who is this Count Frankenhausen?
I spent years trying to find the truth. No one knows who or what he is. He turned up many years ago and went to the haunted hacienda. I don't know his origin. He just appeared.
The haunted hacienda, you say?
Yes, you know, the Marquis's place. Later on, he wedded the Countess and they had Brunhilde. She's the only child they had.
And where is this haunted hacienda?
On the highway of Mitnikatsiwatl. It's real close to Dead Man's Lake.
And tell me, how can I get to Mitikatsiwatu? To that place, then.
That's the name the Aztecs had for their death goddess, Justice.
Ah, but tell me how to get there.
If I did tell you, you couldn't get to the place. It's quite difficult, and you must find a guide who can take you along at least the first time.
But you know the road. You've been there and back several times. Tell me.
I won't respond to any more questions until you talk. What about it, Justice?
Do you know who the Countess's servant is, Lazaro?
No. She went to Lupe.
I took her to her. She's Miss Anna, Count Cagliastro's daughter. She'll be married to the doctor soon.
No.
Yes. That's why I said it was important.
Don't talk about it anymore. No, it isn't my affair.
Well, you're completely crazy. This is our secret alone.
Just forget the whole thing. I better be going.
Lazaro.
Did you insult Lazaro?
It's nothing. And it isn't any of your business. Here you are.
What got into those two? Good afternoon, Frau. What can I do for you today?
Can you tell me Anna's history, the young servant that attends the Countess?
I don't know much. Only the things I've already told you.
I need to know more about her. It's urgent, do you hear?
But, Frau, I don't know anything. I found her through Justice.
Who is Justice?
I already told the Frau that I confide in Justice. He's the man you saw when you entered just now. He's a friend of Lazaro's, the Countess's lackey. This Justice is working in Count Cagliastro's house.
Count Cagliastro came to this country? How long ago?
I couldn't say. It's been very long. Why, his house is very near yours. Lazaro and Justice come in here quite frequently to chat. And besides, a moment ago, they were drinking wine and talking. When they do that, it gets me mad. It's all very mysterious, you know. I couldn't manage to hear them. But they fought, too. Lazarus got up then and ran out like a mad dog. I couldn't say goodbye to him.
Tell me what you desire. This bag here that has money in it? Or you want your tongue cut out, you witch?
You'd cut out my tongue, you say? Why?
You better learn to keep a secret and not say a word about this, Loopy. Make no mistake. Or I swear you'll lose it.
Have you been here long, dear?
Yes, and I must admit I was impatient.
There was no way for me to tell you. Lazaro disappeared and he hasn't returned. Why, he's been called by the Countess all day long and he's not around. Who opened the front door?
Frau Hildegard, but you seem to be excited. I told her that I'd be working in here. Remember, I got permission from the Count earlier.
The Countess is quite anxious to speak to you. Come on.
No, wait. Listen, I discovered a lot of important details. All about the family of the Countess, Anna. I know where we can find her father and daughter.
And Count Frankenhausen?
He's still a mystery. And you?
I found nothing. When I talked to her about the Count, she avoids the conversation and I can't learn anything. It's the Countess! Hurry!
I certainly hope we got here in time.
Here, use this, Richard. Can you hear us, Countess? Are you all right, Countess?
Let go of me. Let go of me. No.
Your Excellency,
Let go of me.
it's the doctor. Wake up, please.
I'm so glad you got here.
Don't worry, please. You're all right.
He was here. He was here. That beastly traitor got in.
Who, Your Excellency?
Who? Count Frankenhausen.
Are you quite sure, Countess? I don't know how he could have opened the door. You see, I locked it when I went out earlier, and it was locked when we came in just now to help you.
I don't know how he was able to get in, but he did so undoubtedly.
Didn't you see him, Your Excellency?
No. It's hard to remember. I felt smothered or embraced suddenly by this strange thing. It was like a hot cloth or like the wings of a bat that started stifling and choking me slowly. They were pressing me, squeezing me more and more, strangling me until I fell unconscious.
But how could he have gotten in here? I said I'd locked the door.
It's astounding.
Oh, I feel so weak.
Come, Doctor, she better lie down.
Yes, help me. I was sure it could occur sooner or later. Count Frankenhausen has been very restless these past few days. That's why I sent for you several hours ago. Anna, he'll need to have a key. There's a secret passageway in the house the key is for it, and Count Frankenhausen doesn't know it exists. The well down there in the garden opens into it. You may enter the house through it and not be seen. Now, if I'm in any danger, I'll need help immediately, and you and Anna are the only ones I can depend on.
You can count on us, Your Excellency. But why don't you escape and go to the city?
Why, Doctor, even if I were living in the depths of hell, he'd know, and I'd be found down there. I was sure that he'd find me rapidly because he and the devil are strong allies.
If we could find a good place to hide him.
No, that's worse. Because he'd harm my daughter and my father. Oh, this has exhausted me so much.
You better rest now.
Yes, I do need to sleep now. Oh, please, you stay with me in here.
I'll be here by your side all night long, Your Excellency. You must try to rest now.
Thank you, Anna, dear.
Just what do you think, Anna?
Well, according to the things the Countess has said, be aware that the Count is a vampire who...
Look, vampires don't come through walls, dear. But the big mystery is, how did he get through that locked door?
I'm completely lost.
Well, I know what happened here. Undoubtedly, she's been having hallucinations. And besides, she's had an attack of real hysteria. That's why I'm just about ready to accept that the one that's right is Count Frankenhausen.
Look here, Richard, if Frankenhausen is a vampire.
All right, and if she's completely crazy?
Oh, there must be a way to find out.
I know what to do to find out the complete truth.
What?
Get into the room that's used by Frankenhausen. All vampires sleep in a closed casket.
Then I must try to get the key right now.
The thing you must do is to get out of here immediately.
No, I'm not going to get out of here until I find out everything about Count Frankenhausen. I realize that this is important for Papa.
Don't you know that you're to be killed?
I know how to fight that man.
You must understand me.
I understand something also, that we act like a couple of traitors leaving the Countess at a moment like this.
Oh, you win. You win again, dear.
Now, you'd better not stay. The Count might suspect you.
But promise me that tomorrow early you're going to leave this job for good.
I promise you. Well, good night, Doctor.
Horror. Experience the subtle magic of old-time radio horror every week with Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-wracking Auditorium. Available on YouTube and most podcast providers. Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-wracking Auditorium.
I feel myself going back to the animal instinct. I lock myself in there with him, feeling that I might do something terrible.
Billy! Billy!
Walking around, Doctor.
I was in your fabulous library. You remember you told me I could use it any day.
I'll say it again.
Thank you, Your Excellency. When I heard the Countess scream with anxiety and terror,
Now that's strange. I heard nothing.
Please excuse me, dear Count, that I have not kept my promise of not seeing her again. But I really thought that she was in grave danger.
Don't think about it. And what happened?
Nothing important. I most probably had a nightmare or hallucination.
Nothing more?
No, sir. But it's been kind of painful to realize that Your Excellency was absolutely right.
About what?
What is ailing the Countess? I know that her mind's completely gone, sir.
I'm glad that you were able to prove that by yourself, Doctor.
I'm very upset right now, and with your permission, Your Excellency, I think I'll come back to complete my studies later.
As you wish, Doctor. Lazaro's not here, but someone will show you out.
Good night, Your Excellency.
I'll see you soon, Doctor. Where are you going, Hildegard?
I have things to do.
That's good, because the service in this house is impossible. You don't attend to my needs now.
Why should I, Your Excellency? You don't need Hildegard to attend you any longer.
What are you saying?
Well, I think Your Excellency knows quite well what I mean. Since the Countess's servant joined this household the other day, it is quite clear that she has you fascinated.
My faithful Hildegard is suddenly quite jealous.
I don't want your sympathy. Do you understand? I pity you because you're the one who really needs it, sir.
Don't be lacking in respect or I'll kill you. Yes. Yes, I admit I adore Anna. She's making me go half crazy. I will make her mine. But I won't let anyone stop me now. Do you hear that? Now the full moon is coming near. I want you to go get another girl to substitute here because I adore her and I can't take her blood. Now you get started. Or the Countess or you are to be the next ones chosen. You know what I mean?
It's clear now. There's one person in this house that has gone crazy, and I can assure you that it is not the Countess. The crazy person is Your Excellency.
No, I'll spare you. Because I really need you. I knew that you'd finally come to my room to answer my question.
You see,
It's not necessary to express your emotions. There's no reason to waste words. I know what you desire. I can't refuse the future Countess of Frankenhausen the right to see the bed in which she'll sleep with her husband.
No. No.
Look at it.
No.
Look at it.
No.
Look at it. The Countess will die as soon as the full moon is here. And you're going to be my wife then.
No. No. Excellency! Your Excellency! Your Excellency! Your Excellency!
Don't come near me. What do you want?
Your Excellency, please come along and let me show you. It's important if you want to know who Anna is.
It doesn't matter. Let me alone.
Do you mean to say that you don't want to know the real truth about her? That she's only a spy that put us all in a terrible position now?
If you're lying, Hildegard.
Well, come along downstairs with me, down to the torture chamber, Count. Down there's someone who can confirm that. Now you are to tell the Count what the servant's real name is. You've already said it once. He came to hear you repeat the name.
She is Anna Cagliostro.
Cagliostro? Does this mean she's related to Count Cagliostro?
She is his daughter and plans to marry the doctor. The family lives in a house near here.
I'll wager you knew about it, but you didn't say so. The Cagliostros are our mortal enemies. They hate the Frankenhausens.
I didn't know about it. Only today I found out the real identity of Anna.
But there's another thing I want you to tell how you found out.
Speak up, you pig.
I told Justice he is Count Cagliostro's lackey, how he could make his way to the haunted hacienda.
And now, Your Excellency?
I see you weren't lying, Hildegard. Our position is bad. Now we're in danger.
Your Excellency, will you insist again that I find another girl for the full moon later on?
No, don't search for another. Anna is a filthy spy. And the Count is a filthy traitor, too.
And Lazaro?
He talks too much, you know. Cut out his tongue right away.
No, no, no.
Doctor, you look as if you've seen the devil, Justice. What's the matter? It's worse, Doctor, much worse.
Take a seat and calm down. Tell me.
Count Frankenhausen's house is all locked up, and it looks as if it's empty.
This is crazy. It can't be true.
Lupe told me about it. She said that last night, when the storm was at its worst, she saw the Count's carriage take out as if the devil were driving it.
I imagine it's just another one of those trips he takes.
No, she went to take them something that they had ordered. She knocked time after time, and no one answered. And she says they're all gone.
I think she's mistaken. Justice, I must find out.
But how will you find out, Doctor? The house is all locked.
The secret passageway will get us in. Give me the lantern and come down.
Count has betrayed us, Doctor. We've fallen into a trap.
I don't think so, Justice. I know there's an entrance down here.
Being this is a longer film than we usually show here, we're going to skip the cranial cavity search this week. But I did want to point out something. The torturer there. Was he down there in the torture chamber all this time? Is torturer a live-in position? Or does he just come in when they need someone beaten? Is he on retainer, or does he get paid hourly? These are the things I think about.
Dance, baby, dance, come and dance with me. Hear the beat of the pounding string. Ride, baby, ride, come and ride with me. Let your feet go easy and free.
What do you make of this? Where does the other end go? It dumps into the ocean.
It looks exactly like the South American Fantigua fish. I hope you can take one alive, Sheriff.
I still believe that a human clawed that girl to death.
The Beach Girls and the Monster, starring John Hall, Sue Casey, and the glamorous Watusi dancing girls from Hollywood's famed Whiskey A Go-Go nightclub. Music by Frank Sinatra Jr.
You got a monster in the surf.
Chicks, do you have a problem? You won't have after you meet the monster on the beach. If you see this ghoul, play it cool. Beauties in bikinis, laughing, singing, surfing, sinning. Beach party lovers making hey hey in the moonlight while the monster waits and watches. Yeah. This one will kill you.
And now, on to the conclusion of The Bloody Vampire, where Richard, still not convinced Count Frankenhausen is a vampire, is sneaking into his house through a secret passageway to find out.
Let's find the Count's bedroom, Justice.
Lazaro. What has happened to you?
Good Lord, they cut his tongue out.
No.
Is Count Frankenhausen gone? Can you show us his room? Come along. Hey, this has to be it.
A vampire's coffin. And the shield of the Frankenhausen. And Miss Anna, Doctor? She's in danger. The full moon is nearly on us. We must go to the haunted hacienda. Lazaro will take us. Oh, I hope it's not too late when we get there. They disappeared at the rocks there, Justice. Well, we better go on. No, that's terribly dangerous. It's pretty dark. Who knows just when the vampire could suddenly take us by surprise? Let's wait a while. And besides, we must try to remember just where they disappeared, Justice. How do you intend to get to Anna? Let's depend on God's help. He's our salvation now.
She has to be near Count Frankenhausen.
Someone's coming out now.
It's the Frau.
No, let her alone. I can make her talk. You don't have to. I know perfectly well where the entrance is. Shall I light the torches now?
Yes, you mustn't waste time.
Open your trunk, Anna. I order you. Get on your feet. Lie down there now.
Ruthless killer!
Save Anna, Doctor. I'll protect you. Genoveva.
No mortal can resist my desires. Be obedient and arise. Do as you are ordered. And now I want you to put on your riding clothes, because we'll be going out right now, in the moonlight. Tonight it is more beautiful and more brilliant than I have ever seen it. You always adored that. You used to ask me to take you out riding in the moonlight, so now I shall. Put your clothes on. I will take you to the place that you said you preferred as a child. I will take you to Dead Man's Lake.
Justice died, my child, the way he lived, sacrificing himself for others. He was right when he said that his motto was, for friendship and loyalty.
May he find rest at God's side.
Thanks to Justice, it's all over.
All except the danger threatening humanity. The vampire lives on, and he's still at liberty.
So Richard was finally convinced Count Frankenhausen was a vampire, and the evil Count got away to continue his plans for world domination. There was a sequel to this film that continues the saga of Count Frankenhausen that came out a year later in 1963, The Invasion of the Vampires. And we'll be showing that one here soon in the Nerve-wracking theater. Well, my lords and ladies, I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to invite you all back again next week when we'll do whatever this is all over again. As always, I am Lord Blood-Rah saying, geek out.